once again. Lost some of my friends. Some of them turning to enemies. Some of them down to the ends.
Hey guys, my name is Aisha, aka geekxxchic, back with another reaction to Cloak and Dagger, now on episode 7, which is called, no, 8, sorry, episode 8, which is called Two Player. So, last episode, we finally had Tyrone figuring out that Tandy was missing, and Tandy figuring out that, I love that, you know, even though Tandy had kind of lost her way in the previous episodes, she hadn't given up her hope, not deep down. Like, Tandy's true superpower really is this fact that she always holds on to a semblance of hope and light. And that moment she had with that one girl who was assigned to take care of her, she managed to spark and inspire hope in this girl by bringing out the fact that, you know, some of these girls did get away. Thanks to that spark of hope in that girl, Tandy's power returned as well, and she was able to break free. And Tyrone, of course, eventually figured out where she was, because he wasn't willing to forget, thanks to actually Mayhem. Mayhem actually inside of the dark dimension managed to manipulate. She used the manipulation that, oh God, I keep forgetting that guy's name, was using to manipulate Tyrone. She changed the records and basically got Tyrone and Tandy both hyped enough to break free of his control. We ended the episode with Tyrone looking like his powers were somehow malfunctioning. And that's terrifying, especially in light of where they are in the story right now. Of course, with Connor still being with his parents and a lot of things still up in the air. So without further ado, let's get into this episode and we will chat about it afterwards. Okay? Let's go.
It's like the war on that.
Who it is? What's with this makeup?
Well, well.
Well, well. Tyrone.
Feel like I'm racing against the cloud.
He's terrifying. So is this in the dark dimension?
Coffee around here.
You thirsty, baby?
Gross. That's what you get, sir. Nasty. Good, I hope it's hard.
Okay to drive?
I hope it hurts a lot.
Okay.
I was about to say, who does she even call? And now that her aunt is out for the count, probably forever, I'm so scared. Why would she leave that open? How do you not what? Evita! Ooh, who's gonna tell that person that plan's dead?
Letting the person I let down.
I don't care about your feelings. I still have a job to do.
Damn! To the point.
In life, I feel that.
She's like, listen, I don't have time for you and your soliloquy right now. I need you to get your butt. Let's go.
Where?
Wherever it is he taps into. Where your other mouse got sucked into.
What, she's inside Ty?
Yeah.
No, inside the dark dimension. Don't say that. That's creepy.
Papa, mystery guy.
Ew.
A voodoo god. And Auntie's husband.
Say what now?
Wait, what?
Mambo.
You can't just drop it.
He's being alone.
Papa Legba, we ask you to present yourself.
Hello? Maybe he's ticked his wife just got killed and no one knows.
Let's go.
Oh.
Richard, you don't know what it's like in there.
What happens if the two of them are in there together? Is Mayhem gonna try to kill her again? Maybe they'll finally join forces. Evita's like, listen, white girls, if you die up in here, I have to go. You understand? They will think that they will never believe that y'all jumped on your own.
You here to win a prize, little lady?
Hell no, I'm here to get you some Fenty. That makeup don't match you, sir.
Sandy, I reside over the dead.
Sandy? That's Saturday.
Ty, I can make it rain with worries.
Just laugh though. His teeth are amazing.
Sell you.
Seriously,
Don't
Ty?
forget.
She's like, you mean I sat there and came back into this hellish dark dimension and you're sitting here playing pinball? Oh, someone's getting smacked upside the head.
I need more.
No. No, I can't go through that again.
I just need enough to get us someplace safe.
Why are you so upset, girl? After all, you've been working along with him. You deserve all of it. I've never hated a villain as much as I hate this one. Seriously. Thanos is a walk in the park compared to this jerk. I really, I want him dead already. I don't think I can make it to the end of the season. And he probably won't even die this season. Oh no, I need her to stay away from him. Stay, no. Please, no, I don't think you can handle this. Bridget, please leave.
What the?
Yeah, thank God.
I'm gonna take you home.
I'm sorry. Ty's not in right now. Please leave a message.
Ready or not?
Player 2! Duel to Despair. Okay.
Hey, is that me?
Wow. Oh my God, this show's amazing. I'm in love. This is great. Oh, my retro heart. I want to play this. Only if Despair's in there for me to kick his butt. Someone's got a costume. Seriously, they need to release this. Capcom, get on this.
I mean, all of them are dressed the same. Okay, and the two guys I just took out just disappeared.
I love that they're pointing out all the issues with all of the 80s games, but I mean, we used what we had, you know? This is so great! I cannot get over how smart this is. Meanwhile, this girl's still casting lots like there's time in the world. What? Who this?
Auntie, thank goodness you came. You got all my messages.
Oh, Auntie did.
It's my time to dance with the ancestors. You'll see.
Girl, you're like 35 years old. What are you even talking about?
Don't I have a choice?
Apparently
You have
not.
all the choices, child. You always have. But only one will save your man.
Well, that's only blackmail.
Auntie,
Of course she went into the wind. Really? Here's a massive life decision that you have to make. I know you probably need support, but peace. I can't, like, I understand the urgency, but I'm also a gamer, so I'm kind of on Team Ty with this one.
you know, I was never much of a gamer, but I'm starting to think I missed my calling.
I'm just saying, you gotta try it out, people, before you diss it. Or are you making your husband? Is this how you can make yourself your own husband? Because, listen, that is a recipe we've been all looking for. Share, sis.
We're gonna fight, and we're gonna win.
Oh. Is this Ty's guilt because he feels like he didn't get to her in time? So this is probably why him and Evita can never be together then. I see now. I mean, I feel like this is rough. I mean, you've only been dating this boy for like barely a few months, and now you gotta be marrying some kind of weird god of the underworld just to save his life. I mean, girl, I'm all about being benevolent, but this is pushing the limits. You don't even know Ty like that, you know? Do you even know what he likes for breakfast? His middle name? He's armed with a trombone. Sorry.
Your perspective is warped. You only see the bad and come at it.
Interesting. I like this though because I want them to come together.
I'm not gonna be put in a box just to be brought out whenever we have road rage or another dead boyfriend. I want to put you in a box.
There we go.
I just need you to listen sometimes. So
Yep.
what are you saying?
Okay. Partnership.
I'm saying,
Work together. What? Should remove the layer beneath. Okay. Or do this. Okay, so I actually was trying to summon a husband, not a band. I mean, I appreciate the music and all, but I got more pressing matters than a dance party.
I couldn't imagine my life without you.
I did.
His face is like, well, ain't that sweet.
All I know is I'd rather fight 100 times with you than one time without you.
Stop it. That's some wedding vows right there, girl.
So am I.
Please come and save Evita so she don't have to marry this freak.
The bouquet for the cloak.
But I
Yeah. Thanks,
don't
Ty.
understand.
Look what you made Evita do, you dawdling son of a... I like the makeshift confessional. That's hilarious.
What did you do?
What did you do? Did you murder this man in your basement? Oh my God. Woman prepared for murder.
Faith and forgiveness.
Tyrone needs your faith.
She's a G.
Tyrone, I just need a priest.
G. So I think you better take that file before she gotta find that gun again. That's all I have to say, sir. So the other chick's dead now? Because he took everything? Yeah, serves you right. Ain't got no sympathy for you, girl. You deserve worse.
Evita.
Lost your auntie and your freedom in one fell swoop. Thanks, Tyrone! Oh, did she have a relapse? Please tell me this was her date. Wow, is this a full-fledged bender? Oh, Tandy does not need this after what she's gone through. All right, look at Bridget just enjoying this new badass side of herself now. Oh. All right, guys. Well, that was 2-player, and oh my gosh, I feel like every week I keep saying this, but it's true. The visual creativity of this team is next level. It's so good. And what I love about it is that they do it in such a creative way that doesn't require tons of like splash and explosion and like, you know, the things that typically are used for kind of that cheap audience payoff, as it were. Like, they really just come up with genuinely creative, different, fun ways to show and tell this story. And them going with this throwback, I mean, there's a lot of things about this show that are retro, like, you know, the records and, you know, a lot of them, the themes that they go through in this show. But again, this throwback to these old school 2-player, 2D games. I mean, most of y'all, I mean, I know some of you younger folks probably don't know about those games unless you go to an arcade and actually see some of those actual arcade boxes still standing. But for those of us, you know, aging myself here, I remember playing games like that on, you know, first generation Nintendos and Segas and things like that. It was a real throwback, but again, such a creative way to walk through what Tyrone is going through right now. Like we saw last week, or the week before actually, with Tandy, the records, going through all the different scenarios that she's thought about as far as the characters she's played and the future she thought she could have, all those sorts of things. And then this week with Tyrone, we have this game going through these levels and him having to work through what he's been going through, because we haven't really had a lot of insight into Tyrone's feelings in the last couple of episodes, really. I mean, he's expressed a few things here and there, but he is, and always has been, at least from what we've seen in the show, he's a very closed off person. You know, he holds a lot of his despair and his rage inside, and usually tries to keep a calm demeanor on the outside. And we already know from last season that that is a direct result of him trying to control himself so he didn't end up like his brother. Here in this episode, they used this whole 2-player game situation to show that he was dealing with a lot. He was dealing with all the disappointments, the fears, the always feeling like no matter how hard they work, they're always being put back to square one. And again, I even mentioned within the episode, you know, he's also obviously also feeling a level of guilt around not being there for Tandy, not being able to protect her in this situation that happened. And so I really liked that the show, again, they showed us, right? They brought us through the story, but they still made it kind of fun and interactive, but there was still that weight behind all of it. And then we had, of course, that guy in the shop, but apparently he's also a Loa, who gave Tyrone the option of staying in this form of the Dark Force dimension where he never has to face the real world again and not feel pain. But obviously he didn't think about, in that quick moment where he thought, let me just get this respite from the real world, he didn't think about, as you know, Tandy brought out, like, what about your mom? What about your dad? Like, them losing both their sons? What about that? What about me? Like, I can't live my life without you. And I love that they had that moment where she got to finally express fully that, you know, Tyrone, what broke me in this situation that with this psychopath Duchesne is that I thought I lost you. That's what broke me, is the idea of having to live this life without you in it. And for him to hear that, I think Tyrone really needed it, because even though she said that you're my best friend and I care about you, as I've mentioned in so many of the past reviews, Tandy kind of goes back and forth with doing incredibly selfish and thoughtless things and then being very, very benevolent and giving. So I think Tyrone's always kind of, I think he knew on some level that Tandy definitely cared about him, but I don't think it really became real to him until that moment that she really is like, no, dude, like, you are my lifeline. Like, you really are the most important person in the world to me. And I think he needs to hear that, because I know he feels the same way about Tandy. Yeah, can we just, I gotta take a minute to talk about Evita. Like, she's been very much a B plot in this show. And last season, I wasn't 100% sure what her role was with Tyrone, because when it comes to these types of characters, like we all know, I shouldn't say we all know, but for those who read the comics, obviously if you have, you know that Tyrone and Tandy are together. Like they romantically end up entangled. And from what I read in the comics, it's been kind of an off and on thing. And there have been moments where Tandy in particular has not been all that happy about the fact that they're so entwined. I like that the show is building it so far that this isn't going to be some weird, creepy, codependent relationship going on between the two of them where it's not healthy. I like that both of them are actually a true balance for each other. They both bring out the best sides of each other and also are able to be there for each other in ways that no one else can be. Like, the show's doing a good job of building it as a healthy, beautiful relationship that even though they've got this force that binds them, right? Because they really are, they haven't really brought it out as much this season, but in the first season they made it pretty clear that they very much are tethered to each other due to this power. But I like that they're building it up, that they actually have this really beautiful, deep and healthy connection that's emotionally as well, so that it's not this weird burden. You know what I mean? Because if it was something where they really weren't balancing each other out, or they was really, really unhealthy, this tether would feel more like an anchor for both of them in a bad way. So I like that the show is slowly doing that. And the fact that they're doing it, and as I said before, that there is this underlying, like, even though everything's very much a friendship at the moment, there is an underlying attraction. There is an underlying passion that you can kind of feel between the two of them. There's a tension that's not been realized, and I'm glad, because like I said, I really liked this last season. I'm like, let them take their time with this, because they are still teenagers, and we all know that romance and sex can make things real complicated. So I'm fine with this being a slow build. But with knowing all that, I was always very curious as to, like, what is Evita, like, how does she fit into all of this as Tyrone's girlfriend? Now I kind of see, like, this episode was kind of the way to, I guess, show how this is going to work, because I was thinking last season, the auntie, her auntie brought it out. She kept telling Evita, she's like, the divine pairing is always together. Like, this is the destiny. Like, they're always together. And Evita, you could see, was not really wanting to believe that. And because Tyrone hasn't really expressed any romantic feelings towards Tandy, it did seem like that was a possibility. But I get it now. Like, they kind of made it, I like that they did it this way, though. Well, actually, I shouldn't say I like it. I kind of don't like it in the sense of poor Evita had to give up her freedom and her life, really, to save Tyrone. And I was kind of ranting in the episode, but I wasn't completely joking. Like, that was a huge sacrifice she just made for a man that she can never be with. That hurts. I mean, she was with him at least temporarily, but she, from what I understood of this episode, has given up her freedom, because it sounds like she can't marry any man, even though this Loa is not in her realm or her world. It doesn't seem like she's going to be able to be with anybody else. Like, you saw Tyrone reach for her and she, like, pulled back. Like, she's now bound to this Loa. And I can't think, my guess is that if she does break her contract with him or whatever, that he'll probably lash out at her or Tyrone or both. So she now gave up her freedom to choose who she wants to marry, really. Do you know what I mean? And she also has given up her path. Like, you heard her say to her aunt, I want to be a doctor. I want to live my life the way I want to. And now she can't do that. She now has taken her aunt's place as the, what does she call her, Meme or whatever? Like, her life path has now been chosen for her in a way. And it was a choice. I mean, in fairness, the aunt made sure to say, like, this is a choice. You don't have to do it, but know that the price is going to be Tyrone's life. Because Tyrone didn't get his crap together fast enough to pull himself out. But I digress. That's something he's going to have to live with. But moving on, she did make a choice, but it was kind of a Sophie's choice, right? It was an impossible choice. Like, really lose someone you really, really care about, or make a sacrifice that could save them. But in a way, she gave up her dreams to do this for him. And so that part was really sad, because honestly, I mean, if it ain't truth though, my God, the fact, how many black women have given up so much so that a man could, you know, have something. I'm telling you, the symbolism there was just painful. It hurt. There's some truth there that's hard to take. She had to do that. And I mean, she was an MVP for it, because honestly, like I said, for a boy I've only been dating for how long? Hell no. I can't think of anybody that I'd sign away my life to some low I ain't never met, plus have to give, you know, live my life having to advise and make weird potions for the rest of my life. Girl, no, I'd have been like, sorry, Tyrone, nice knowing you. You know, I'd give you a nice eulogy, but that's about it. So Evita was the MVP of this episode for doing that. I think eventually Evita will come to, you know, make peace with that decision, but I think for a while she might be a bit salty, and very, very justifiably so. And I do hope that Tyrone never forgets this debt that he owes her. That kind of closes off her romantic tie to Tyrone. She can't be with him like that anymore now because she's a married woman now. And so that kind of opens the way for Tyrone and Tandy. I love the fact that Mayhem and Bridget have come together. I called that a few episodes ago. I said, listen, I think that Bridget needs kind of this edgy version of herself that she was afraid to let go before. The two of them should work together like a Hulk situation, a Hulk Bruce Banner situation. And it looks like we might get that. And so I'm okay with it. I really, really am. If she will listen to Bridget when it comes to like actually having a line to how badly she hurts or who she kills, great. But if she's also gonna let Mayhem do what she needs to do sometimes, which is take out some of these scumbags in the worst way possible, then I think we've got the best of both worlds. So I'm down for this. I think this could be a really good anti-hero ally for Tyrone and Tandy going forward, because they do kind of have to operate outside of the law to deal with this, because they're dealing with these mutant level things out there that are not your norm. So, but yeah, outside of that, we just had Tyrone's mom. We found out it looks like she killed Connors. Damn, like, I mean, as soon as I saw Mama like carjack that car a couple episodes ago, I was like, Tyrone's mama is a G. I'm thinking that she had a past life in a gang, y'all. Like, but I knew, like, that whole episode with her just methodically and systematically making crab cakes and the whole thing, and even the way she got the confession of where Billy's body was with the tears and everything like that, I was like, I remember thinking through that episode, this woman is a manipulator. Like, she's next level. Like, she's playing Connors right now to get what she needs. And especially because once she got that information, she kind of stood up, wiped her tears away, and went right back to making crab cakes. I was like, yeah, no, this girl's got a plan. And what was worse is she let him think she was gonna let him go, and then she killed him, and she probably had a bunch of crab cakes afterwards. Probably savored each bite too, like cut each slice like, and then his brain splattered like, what? In the end, I guess the temptation of not allowing him to ever do this again, not to mention, like she said to the priest at the end, she's like, these people don't pay. There aren't real consequences in this world for people like this. Like, I think she knew, unfortunately, deep down, that if she turned Connors into the cops, no matter what he said, no matter what they did, because there are other people involved in covering up this death, not only would Connors most likely go free, but she was going to end up with a mark right back on her back. And so would her son. So I think, unfortunately, she did what she had to do in taking Connors out. I mean, the fact that this woman wouldn't put plastic in her basement, y'all, she set up the crime scene so she could clean it up. Tyrone, sir, do not ever cross your mama. That's all I gotta say, man. Tandy better watch yourself too, because that is a G. Great episode as usual, guys. What did you think? How are you feeling about how the season's going so far? I am personally loving it. I think it is honestly getting better and better with every episode. Please let me know what you think and leave it in the comments below. You know I love reading those comments and getting involved with you guys. So if you like this video, guys, please click like, and if you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time.